Well, let's start your new lecture of Principle of Concrete Structure Design. Related to the designing in this degree, you will learn 3 courses from me. The first course that is related to the design, that is Principle of Concrete Structure Design. Then the second course, it is Concrete Structure Design, and the third course is Seismic Structure Design. These are 3 different names. Let me explain. These are the 3 courses which we will study in this BSc degree. The first one is PCST, which we are going to study right now, that is Principle of Concrete Structure Design. Second one is CST, Concrete Structure Design. Third one is SST, Seismic Structure Design. And this semester you are only studying this course related to the design of the building. And second course, this course will be studied in the next coming semester, and the third course it will be studied in the semester next after next. But what we will study in these 3 courses, let me categorize it. And PCST, what we will study? We will study one thing, that is study a manual designing of a building. What we will study in this course, PCST, Principle of Concrete Structure Design, we will study manual design of a building, and this building will be a single story building. Understand? And over here we will study the same project, but over here that project will be converted to 4-story, and we will use different softwares like software based design. The same building will be designed over in this course, but this course will be quite complex, and over here you will have to design this single story building. Over here it will be a 4, it will be converted to 4-story building, and this is a non-seismic design, but this will be a seismic design. What does seismic mean? Seismicity. Seismic is basically a earthquake. the ground shaking. So this is non-seismic design. PCSD is basically a non-seismic design. You will design a single story building in this course. But over here in this course, you will study 4-story building by using softwares. What are those softwares? The software name, let me write down the software's name. The software one that is called SAP. SAP, Structure Analysis Program. Second one is SAFE. And AutoCAD for drawing creation. MS Word for your report. And the final one, that is MS Excel for the calculation of steel. This software is called Superstructure Design. This is for substructure design. As I told you in the previous lecture, superstructure is what? The structure which is above the natural surface level. That structure is called superstructure. The structure which is beneath the natural surface level, that is called substructure. AutoCAD software, computer-aided design, and MS Word for the report writing, and MS Excel for the calculation of steel. All these softwares will be used to design a 4-story building. And in the last course, this one was number 1, number 2, number 3. Number 3 is the SSD, seismic structure design. And seismic structure design, you will study performance. You will study what? You will study performance-based design. How structure perform when earthquake comes. This thing will be studied in SSD. This is the summary of all these 4 courses. 3 courses. PCSD, manual designing of a building. You will study a single-story building. CSD, a software-based design. It will be a 4-story building design. We will use these softwares: SAFE, AutoCAD, MS Word, and MS Excel. SSD is a performance-based design. We will use different kinds of problem, but the manual calculation of the problems. Okay, let's move towards your course. Principles of concrete structure design. I didn't explain what does it mean. Let me explain it first. We are going to study PCSD, Principle of Concrete Structure Design. What does principle means? What is concrete? What is structure? What is design? Do you know? Principle is basically a rules and the regulations of designing. It is basically a basic theoretical knowledge. What is concrete? What does principle means? Principles are rules and regulations of designing. Basic theoretical knowledge of designing. How to design. It is basically a theoretical knowledge. What does concrete? Concrete is a mixture of cement plus sand plus aggregate plus water. Concrete is basically a mixture of cement, sand, aggregate plus water. What does structure means? The structure is made up of different structural members. What are those structural members? A kind of a building which is constructed with the help of slabs, beams, columns, foundation, plus what is remaining? Structural walls. Structure is basically a slabs is a combination of structural members. Structure is basically a combination of structural members. What are those members? Slabs, beams, columns, foundations, structural walls. All these things combine together and forms structure. These structures are used for residential and commercial purposes. These structures are used for what? Residential and commercial purposes. Residential means for the residence of people. Commercial purposes means like bank buildings, like different kinds of hospitals, business buildings related to commercial structures. And the final one, that is designing. What does design means? Design is how to construct. What does design is? You have to design the reinforcement. Reinforcement design. This design is basically what? This design is of a building to do how means reinforcement design is the meaning of designing. And what does design means? Design is to find out how many reinforcements are gathered by any structural members means. For example, if you are constructing a slabs, then the first question arises, what is the steel reinforcement? For example, this is the cross section of this slab. For example, this is a cross section of this slab, and what will be the reinforcement? How will you justify it? How can you find that these reinforcements comes from where? Means if you want to construct any structural members, you have to provide the reinforcement, and reinforcements can be found by a reinforcement design, and this design will be studied in this PCST. As I told you before, this is non-conforming non-seismic design. We are not designing a seismic the structure which is resistant to seismic attack, but we are designing a structure which is non-resistant to seismic attack. Understand? So let me summarize it. What does PCSD means? PCSD is the principle of concrete structure design. What does principle means? Rules and regulations. Okay, I have sent you the picture. If you cannot see my writing over here, you can open the WeChat group and you can see the picture of this writing. What does PCSD means? A non-seismic design. We will do it in PCSD. PCSD means basically a principle of concrete structure design. What does principle means? Principle is the rules and regulations of designing. Rules and regulations of designing is to be considered in PCSD, or you can also say that basic theoretical knowledge is a principle of concrete structure design. What does concrete means? Concrete is cement, sand, aggregate, and water. The mixture of these ingredients is called concrete. Structure. What does structure means? Structure is the combination of different structural members. Those structural members are slabs, beams, columns, foundations, and structural walls. There are two types of structures in our society. The one is called residential and another one is called commercial purposes. We use structure for two purposes, residential and commercial. Design. What does design mean and how can we do it? There are two ways available, the manual designing and software based design. In this course we will do a manual design, but in next course we will do a software based design. And this design, reinforcement design needs to be calculated manually. This is the reinforcement of a slab. This is the cross section of slab. This cross section, for example, if you want to construct this type of slab, you have to provide this type of reinforcement to the mason or the engineer who is working on the site. This reinforcement needs to be calculated with the help of design, the reinforcement design. Let's start your course. Let me share my screen. As I told you, principle of concrete structure design. This is chapter number 1. As I introduced myself in the previous course, I did my master's, whatever, and holding a 6 years experience. This is my research area. I don't want to repeat it again. They are the reference books which you need to follow. The first one is Principle of Concrete Structure Design. It is written by Wi-Fi Chen. Principle of Structural Design by Ram S. Gupta. Is a Chinese author, and this book is Indian author. Design of Concrete Structure Design by H. Nilsson, David Dowman, and Charles W. Dolan. and majority cases I usually prefer this third one book, this book. I usually prefer this book. Whatever you want, it depends on your choice, but usually I prefer this one. Course learning outcome: when you study this course, at the end of this course you will be able to design a single story building independently. What I have written here: to understand the physical mechanical performance of the reinforced concrete material through learning this course, students can master the basic theory and basic knowledge of concrete structure subject, the physical and mechanical properties of concrete structure materials, the basic principle of concrete structure design, provide a solid foundation for study concrete structure design and after graduation learning and reinforced concrete structure subject. All these things will be able to understand or will be able to learn from this course. This will be the outcome of this course. These are the course outlines. We will study all these chapters in this course. The first one, introduction to principle of concrete structure design, mechanical properties of reinforced concrete material, basic design principle of concrete structure design, normal section bending member, normal section bearing capacity, bearing member oblique section, compression member bearing capacity, tensile capacity calculation, the bearing capacity of torsion member. All these things will be studied in this course. The second last is deformation and cracks of reinforced concrete members and pre-stressed concrete members. All these things will be studied in this course. This is the marking criteria. As I explained this marking criteria in the previous course, Soil Mechanics Foundation. Let me explain again. There will be 2 assignments of containing 5 marks of each assignment. The total marks for the assignment will be 10% marks, and incorporating 10 marks and the 100 marks. There will be 2 quizzes of 10% marks. Each quiz contains 5 marks, and the total of 10% marks are accumulated or will be considered in the total of 100 marks. Viva quiz presentation plus your attendance will be of 10% marks, and final exam will contain 70% marks. So the total will be 100% marks. Assignment number 1 and 2, this is the proposed schedule. Assignment number 1 and 2 will be announced in week number 4 and 8, and you have to submit these assignments, and assignment 1 should be submitted in week number 5 and assignment 2 should be submitted in week number 10. After these weeks, I will not accept your assignments. Quiz 1 and quiz 2 will be announced in week 5 and 10. It will be held in week number 8 and 10. Viva quiz presentation plus your attendance will be of 10% marks, and it can be announced in week 10 and it will be due in week number 12. This course is of 13 weeks, so we will try to finish this course within 13 weeks. Your final exam is of 30% marks and it will be decided. We don't know the final date of your paper. Let's start your chapter number 1. The name of this course is Introduction to, the name of this chapter, that is Introduction to Principle of Concrete Structure Design. The content of this chapter that is enlisted here: concrete basics, properties, concepts and composition, basic concept of reinforced concrete and development of concrete. All these things will be studied in this chapter. Let's start. As I told you, what does concrete mean? Concrete is a mixture of cement, water, coarse aggregate, fine aggregate, and admixtures if required. The aim is to mix these materials in measured amount to make concrete that is easy to transport, place, compact, finish, and which will sit and harden to give a strong and durable product. The amount of each material, that is cement, water, and aggregate, affects the properties of hardened concrete. Listen, as we have studied what does concrete means. Concrete is a mixture of cement, sand, water, aggregates, and admixtures if required. They are the admixtures if required. As you have studied, if the proportion of these ingredients is changed, for example, cement is used more than the required amount, it will affect the physical properties. Similarly, sand, water, aggregate, or admixtures are used more than the required amount. What will happen? The physical property of the concrete will be changed. What are the physical or mechanical properties of the concrete? Let me explain. There are few properties of the concrete. Compressive strength, splitting tensile strength, flexure strength. As we know that concrete is stronger in compressive strength. It is weaker in tensile and flexure strength. That's why we need to incorporate one more admixture, one more ingredient that is called as steel reinforcement. Concrete is stronger in compressive strength, but it is weaker in these two. Concrete is weaker in these two properties, but concrete is stronger in this. This is the strength, this is the strong property of the concrete, but this is the weak property. These are the weak properties of the concrete. That's why we need to incorporate steel reinforcement inside the concrete to cover this flaw. If we add steel reinforcement inside these ingredients, then what will happen? Concrete will also become strong in these two properties. That's why the new phenomena that is discovered, that is called as reinforced concrete. Okay. And in the next chapter, we will study the next phenomena that is called as FRC, fiber reinforced concrete. We will study this thing. FRC will be studied in the next chapter. But right now, you know about what's concrete? Concrete is a mixture of cement, sand, water, aggregate, and admixtures if required. So the concrete will have strong compressive strength and weak splitting tensile strength and flexure strength. If you want to make the strong properties of these of concrete, so we need to add the final one, that is reinforcement in the steel. If we add reinforcement in the concrete, then concrete will become stronger in these two properties, splitting tensile strength and flexure strength. Concrete mixing. A concrete mix is designed to produce concrete that can be easily placed at the lowest cost. Concrete mix is designed to produce a concrete that can easily place at the lowest cost. The concrete must be workable, cohesive when plastic, then set and harden to give strong and durable concrete. The mix design must consider the environment that the concrete will be in: exposure to seawater, trucks, cars, forklifts, foot traffic, or extremes of hot and cold weather. Well, concrete is a mixture of these ingredients. We need to mix this concrete with a specific design. What is those design and how to propose that design? We need to mix the concrete according to ASTM standard. ASTM have told us, ASTM have explained this concrete should be mixed accordingly to the standard of the ASTM. Then the concrete must be workable and cohesive when plastic, and it will be set and hardened to give strong and durable concrete when it gets hardened. The mix design must be considered the environment conditions. All those conditions are mentioned in ASTM standard. If your construction is exposure to the seawater, then your mix design of concrete will be changed. If you are designing for trucks, cars, forklifts, your concrete mix design will be changed. For foot traffic like footpaths or extremes of hot and cold weather, the hottest place in Pakistan is CP, or Harban, I guess, is the coldest place in China. So if you are constructing any building in such kind of areas, then your concrete mix design will be different, and all these conditions, terms and conditions, are mentioned in where? In ASTM and AASHTO standards. What does ASTM means? ASTM stands for in AASHTO. American Society of Testing Materials. And what does AASHTO means? American Association of Science Highways and Transportation officials. And all over the world, we are using ASTM and AASHTO standards. Even China standards are quite similar to ASTM and AASHTO. For road constructions, for paths, for different types of transportation structures, we have to use or we have to follow the standard of AASHTO. And for building constructions, different type of building, we have to follow the ASTM standard. These are the two basic standards which we are using in our construction field. ASTM stands for what? ASTM is the American Society of Testing Materials. AASHTO is American Association of Science, Highways and Transportation Officials. These are the two basic standards which we need to follow, and different kinds of fields. This is for road constructions and this is for building constructions. Any kind of building you have to follow the ASTM standard, and any kind of roads you have to follow the AASHTO standard. These are the two standards which we are following in different type of constructions. Well, do you have any question, Mr. Oppo? You have to use a mobile phone name. Oppo A9X. If you have any question, you can ask me. Okay. Proportioning of concrete is a quite important topic. What does proportion of concrete means? Let's study it. Proportion of concrete is a mixture of cement, water, coarse and fine aggregates and admixtures. The proportion of each material and the mixture affects the properties of the final hardened concrete. These proportions are best measured by weight. Measurement by volume is not an accurate but is suitable for minor projects. If you are doing small projects or minor projects, you can use measurement by volume. But if you are constructing a biggest project, you have to do it by weight. Let me explain. What does concrete proportion means? Concrete proportion means, for example, concrete is a mixture of cement plus sand plus aggregate and plus water cement ratio. So, how much is the cement inside, how much is the sand, how much is aggregate, how much is the water inside the concrete? For example, the mixed design that comes in the designing, there is 1, 2, 4. What does it mean? If you are doing by weight, for example, by weight, this proportion means 1 kg cement, 1 kilogram cement. This proportions means 2 kilogram. For example, if the cement is 1 kilogram, then sand will be 2 kilograms, 2 kg. If this is 1 kg, this is 2 kg, then aggregate, coarse aggregate will be of 4 kg. This is the weight of different materials. This is the meaning of proportion. Proportions means if the mixed design is, for example, if you want to construct your beam or column with 1:4 ratio, then what will happen? 1 means 1 kg cement, 2 means 2 kg sand, 4 means the 4 kg of aggregate. If you are using these proportions by weight, then you have to do it like that. But if you are using it by volume, then it will be, for example, 1 cubic meter cement. 1 cubic meter cement. Similarly, 2 cubic meter sand and 4 cubic meter of this will be a sand and this will be the aggregate. If you are doing it by volume, you have to use these proportions. This is by volume, and this is all these are by weight. Okay, these proportions. What is the? Let me show you. Concrete proportions. Concrete is a mixture of these ingredients, that is cement, sand, aggregate, water. If you are using this proportion by weight, you have to add the cement, sand, aggregate by this proportion. 1 kilogram cement, 2 kilogram sand, and 4 kg of aggregate. If you are using the volume proportion, then you have to use 1 cubic meter of cement, 2 cubic meter of sand, and 4 cubic meter of aggregate. These are just an example, 1, 2, and 4. Just for the example, for your understanding. For volume, volume measurement can be done for only minor projects, and weight measurement can be done for major projects, the bigger projects. Only one thing which I didn't explain in this slide, that is, what does water cement ratio means? You know, still from the ASTM standard explains you for different types of projects. If you are using water cement ratio, then water cement ratio can be in this proportion. For example, 1:4 is the mixed design, different proportion for cement, sand, and aggregate. But how much you need to add water inside it? By weight, if you want to add the water by weight, then it should be half of weight of cement. Half of weight of cement. And if you are adding the by volume, then it will still half of volume of cement. Understand? For example, if you have added 1 kg cement in this proportion, then water will be 0.5 kg. In this case, water will be 0.5 kilogram. And in this case, water will be 0.5 cubic meter. And you can calculate there are 1000 liters and 1 cubic meter. How many liters and 1 cubic meter? There are 1000 liters and 1 cubic meter. So multiply 1000 with 0.5, you will get for 1 cubic meter concrete, you have to use 500 cubic meter of water or 500 liters of water. Okay. By weight, let me explain it again. These are the proportions of concrete, cement, sand, aggregate, and water. Okay. Cement, sand, and aggregate can be added in the concrete by this proportion. There are different combinations of proportions. This is the one. Another one is 1.5 and 3. Similarly, you can change it for different types of structural members. There are different proportions available. If this is 1.1, 1.5, and 3, this is 1.1. One will be the proportion for cement, 1.5 will be for cement, and 3 the aggregate. Okay. Study date right now, proportion. Why this is happening? Sound is no clear. I don't know why. Okay, listen. Proportion of concrete is a mixture of cement, water, coarse aggregate, and fine aggregates plus admixtures. The proportion of each material in the mixture affects the properties of the final article. If you add more cement, the properties will be different. If you add more water, there will be different hardened properties. If you add more coarse aggregate, there will be different hardened concrete. These proportions are best measured by weight for major projects. But if you are doing a minor project, you can also measure these proportions by volume. Cement content. Let's study about the ingredients one by one. Can you all hear me? Okay. Cement content, as the cement content increases, so does strength and durability also increases. Therefore, to increase the strength, increase the cement content of a mixture. If you want to increase the strength of a concrete, you have to increase the cement content in the mixture. Adding more water to the mix gives a weaker hardened concrete. If you add more water, if you didn't follow the ASTM standard, then you will have a weaker concrete. Always use a little water as possible, only enough to make the mix workable. That's why we need to add the water the half amount of the cement. Water to cement ratio is the water to cement ratio increases. If water increases, water to cement ratio increases, the strength and durability of hardened concrete will be decreases. To increase the strength and durability of concrete, decrease the water cement ratio. How can you decrease? You have to decrease the water and increase the cement. You will get water cement ratio in an increased form. Aggregates, the coarse aggregates. Too much fine aggregates gives us sticky mix, and too much coarse aggregates gives a harsh or bony mix. So you don't need to add more fine aggregates and more coarse aggregates. We need to add the optimum amount of fine and coarse aggregates. Desired properties of the concrete can be attained by this method. The concrete mix should be workable so that it can be placed and consolidated properly by the workman. Hardness, cohesiveness, and strength can be achieved, or concrete must be resistant to freezing, thawing, watertight, non-permeable, wear-resistant, and strength. These are the strength properties. And how can we forget about economy? Economy is the most important factor in every construction project. Since the quality mainly depends on water cement ratio, the water requirement should be minimized to reduce the cement requirement and its cost. If you control the water requirement, you will control the cement requirement. And if you control the cement requirement, you can control the cost of the project. Understand? The second most important topic, that is curing. What does curing mean? Curing is the necessity to get better quality structures. Because the cement requires time to fully hydrate before it acquires. Curing is the necessity to get better quality structure. As you know that cement is made up of different chemicals. That's why when it reacts with the water, it exhausts gases. To control of exhaustion of gases and control of temperature, we need to provide curing for that type of structure. If you provide curing on that type of structure, then curing, what will happen? Cement requires hydration and the start of when you just suddenly pour the concrete. Curing, cement requires hydration. How to maximize the hydration process? We can maximize with one technique. That technique is called curing. If you provide curing in the concrete, your concrete will be acquire strength and hardness within few hours or within few days. Usually curing is provided. There are different strengths available in the or testing materials. For example, if you want to achieve the 3 KSI of strength, you have to provide 7 days, 14 days, or 28 days curing. You have to provide the curing for 7 days, 14 days, 28 days. There will be a different strengths after provision of curing for different time periods, 7 days, 14 days, and 28 days. You will get different strengths when you crush those specimens. For example, if you have crushed 7 days, for example, if you have tested 7 days, for example, if you have tested 7 days curing specimen. It will give you 2.5 KSI strength. If you provide 14 days curing, then it will give you 3 KSI. If you provide 28 days curing, then it will give you 4 KSI strength. So it means more curing, more strength. If you want to get more strength of the concrete, you have to provide longer curing. This period should be longer. 28 days curing will give you 4 KSI. 4 KSI means 4 kilopounds per square inch. 14 days curing means 3 KSI. 3 KSI means 3 kilopounds per square inch. Similarly, 7 days curing specimen gives you 2.5 KSI, 2.5 kilopounds per square inch. Understand? So, if you need more strength, you have to provide more curing. So, curing is the necessity to get better quality structures because the cement requires time to fully hydrate before it acquires strength and hardness. Concrete must be cured once it has been placed and achieved initial setting. When the initial setting is achieved, you have to start the curing method. Curing is basically the process. This is the definition. These 4 lines, 5 lines are basically the definition and explanation of curing. Curing is the process of keeping concrete under a specific environmental condition until hydration is relatively complete. When the hydration is completed, you can remove the curing. Curing is the process of keeping concrete under a specific environmental condition until hydration is relatively complete. Good curing is typically considered to provide a moist environment and controlled temperature. If you provide more, good curing means 28 days or 14 days curing. If you provide more curing or good curing, it will be considered to provide a moist environment and controlled temperature. When the temperature is controlled, environment is moist, strength will be automatically achieved. A moist environment promotes hydration. Since increased hydration lowers permeability and increases strength, resulting in higher quality. The moist environment will promote hydration. When the hydration is lower, permeability and strength will be increases and it will give you high quality material. Allowing the concrete surface to dry out excessively can result in tensile stresses. When you are not, for example, if you are not providing curing within time period when the concrete requires, if you are not providing curing at that time and you are letting surface of the concrete to get dry, what will happen? It will enhance tensile stresses, and which the still hydrating interior cannot withstand, causing concrete to crack. Concrete will blast. Concrete will explode. If you are allowing surface of the concrete to dry and you are not providing curing, what will happen? Tensile stresses will generate and it will cause the concrete to crack. That's why we need to provide curing. Curing is the most important step in every construction project. Still, there are few phenomena available, as I told you before, that reinforced concrete is the necessity, means concrete at the start of the lecture I have told you plain concrete is stronger and compressive strength, but it is weaker and tensile and flexural strength. So that's why we need to increase the few remedies. That remedy, the first method that is generated, that is add the reinforcement inside the concrete. So when you add the reinforcement inside the concrete, then we will be able to control one thing. That thing is mechanical properties. What are those properties which will be enhanced? That properties are mechanical properties are tensile strength and flexural strength. So that's why reinforced concrete is most important. Reinforced concrete is a concrete in which reinforcement bars or other types of reinforcements have been integrated to improve one or more properties of the concrete. What are those properties? Tensile strength and flexural strength. Remember that. Concrete is a good in compression state and weak in tension. As I told you before, for both compression and tension, reinforcement is provided to strengthen it to take enormous loads and have a composite structure. Reinforced concrete is a modern day way to produce high caliber and complex buildings with combinations of column beams and slabs. This is the last slide. Development of reinforced concrete. How can we develop the reinforced concrete and how it is developing right now, how it is working in our society. The art and science of concrete construction has a long history, dating at least to ancient Rome. From the era of ancient Rome, the art of science of concrete construction is using its long history. The development of reinforced concrete, on the other hand, is relatively recent. Reinforced concrete development is quite new. This is the new method, being scarcely 100 years old. Numerous men and organizations in Europe and United States have made major contributions to the understanding and use of reinforced concrete. One of them is as follows. Jean Monnier. He was a French gardener. What he did, he was a French gardener, has first used reinforced concrete wire nets. He used concrete wire nets in 1867 for durable tree and flower pots. I'm not good in drawing, but let me draw the wire net. For example, this is a tree. He has provided a wire net for the betterment of this tree. This wire net is made up of different small wires like this for the protection of trees. These wires combines together to form a wire net, and wire net protects this tree to have a better and good quality trees. So Jean Monnier have used firstly, and this word first time, Jean Monnier was the first French gardener. He used reinforced concrete wire nets in 1867 for durable tree and flower pots. Later in 1870s, he obtained reinforced concrete pipe reservoirs, floors, sheds, and arch beams and bridges for the ease of the people. Well, that's all from my side. I have finished your first chapter of concrete structure design, If you have any question, you can ask me right now. I am available. Even you cannot ask me right now, and when you study this course, you can ask me anytime. The WeChat group is available. I am available 24 hours. You can ask me anytime. I will try to give you the better answer for your understanding. I want to explain one more thing, that is a little general thing. You have to design a single story building in this PCST course. There will be 16 columns in this building. There will be 4 longest beams inside this building. There will be 16 footing inside this building. It's a single story building. The span of this, longest span of this building, that is 60 feet high. 60 feet. And each span, that is 20 feet. 20 feet. 20 feet. Similarly on this side, 20, 20. You have to design this building, a single story building. I will teach you step by step, but I have announced it right now. Your all assignments will be related to this project. You have to design this building. You have to design this complete building. Because of this is the project of this term project of this course. Well, that's all from my side. Do you have any question? If you have any question, you can ask me. If not, then that's all from my side. We will meet in the next lecture. Thank you. No question? Okay. See you in the next lecture. Bye-bye.